Couldn't be looking good on the sideline as a coach.
Obviously, we have a massive week this week for the kickers and punters. Going to Indy on Sunday.
Show the side, look to the side. Ooh.
To say that you're actually getting to compete in the NFL Combine, it's unbelievable, and the biggest week of my life, definitely.
Balancing the emotions involved is something that these guys are going to struggle with, and something that we're tasked with helping them through. At the end of the day, this is a job interview. It's the biggest job interview of their lives.
I was working for a roofing company back in Kansas City, J.R. & Co., and now I'm all of a sudden trying out for the NFL. From a coaching, my perspective, they've done everything and more as players, as people, to give themselves the best shot to go to the world's biggest league.
This has never been done before. This is the first group of international IPP kickers who are going to the Specialist Showcase to show the world what the rest of the world can do.
NFL offseason officially underway with the 2024 NFL Combine coming to a close this weekend out in Indianapolis.
The NFL Combine in Indianapolis every year is the premium showcase for athletes coming out of college football and trying to enter the NFL draft. The eyes of the league are on one city, and it's on Indianapolis. The guys are participating in the Specialist Showcase, which is the last 2 days of the week in Indianapolis.
We'll be kicking to earn ourselves spots on NFL rosters.
How does that not excite anybody? Like, for me, that is the ultimate honour to get to compete against, you know, the best 7 or 8 college kickers in America.
So much is now out of our control. There's going to be 32 teams, scouts, GMs, head coaches. The smallest little perception might be the difference between landing a roster or not.
Woke up Sunday morning, struggling to eat Sunday morning. I was just a wee bit nervous.
Everyone likes Charlie. Charlie bangs balls and he's a good person. He's interesting. He has a weird accent, but he can slow down, repeat it.
But we're going to address that.
I have a strong accent, so you know, if you need me to repeat anything, then you know, just give me a shout. Like, you know, I'll no bother repeating things.
We had 2 hours of intense interviews with all 32 teams.
The interviews were like speed dating, and you've got 15 minutes rotating to each one, and you sit staring down the barrel as these 6 coaches just fire questions away at you. The benefit our guys have is that by default they're interesting.
And most of us have kicked in front of way more than 60,000 people for game winners.
They didn't really know a lot about us. They didn't know anything really about Gaelic football, so I think it took them aback.
It's just it's a bit mad, like, isn't it?
Intense, but good.
And then they came out afterwards, and we had a number of coaches come up to us and just say, this is a really highly impressive group of young men. They just so dialed in, so focused, fascinating backstories, really engaging, and then you can kick the ball at that point.
And then we were over to Lucas Oil Stadium, and we had to do an aptitude test.
Yeah, they did what's called the PAT test, which assesses, there's some kind of cognitive skills, some personality traits.
Not been sat at a desk for a while, so slight challenge.
And then they did the dry measurables, their height, weight, hand-arm wingspan. Thankfully, we have an abnormally big kicking punting group, so they stole the show a little bit at that.
And it was showtime after that.
I've put my life on hold for this. I've made sure that I'm in the best physical shape, mental shape as well, where, you know, I've just really focused in on every single detail.
Talking's done, so let's put it into action and hopefully do yourselves proud.
First ever Specialist Showcase. 1, 2, 3.
Specialist.
There was some nerves early on, you could tell.
The first kick was very nerve-wracking, but once it went straight through the post, it was like it was just everything exited your body. And
I think once they got a hold of the situation, they then turned into who they were and who we knew them to be.
Actually, you know, my first 2 kicks didn't go as planned. I just had a little smile and, you know, reminded myself that I can do this. Calmed myself down. I went slightly slower on the 3rd and 4th and hit 2 55-yard spiral bombs. So
Harry had the biggest kickoff of any of the punters that were there. So Dara had a hip flexor strain just before the workout. We just thought Indy was a little bit too soon to be returning him to play. So he didn't kick at the weekend in Indianapolis, but he will be kicking at USF.
It's still very cool, the fact I held for the boys. Holding's not an easy thing to do. People don't usually think about it too much because it goes off without a hitch, but those guys have been practicing it for 4, 5, 10 years. Like I'm only, a couple of weeks to maybe a month or two into doing it, and you have to do it very fast. You have to catch the ball, put it on the ground, spin the laces, all within like, half a second or so. And yeah, it's not an easy skill to do if you're not used to it. And then my first time in a competitive environment doing that at the NFL Combine, like I was able to take a few deep breaths and calm myself down and get a good one off for Rory in his first one. So yeah, that was really cool to be a part of. And yeah, I'm happy with how I did here. I did very well at what I could do. So yeah, I just can't wait now for the pro day.
Specialist on me. 1, 2, 3. Specialist. Quickly.
They all flashed the ability that they have, and that's what you have to do in a workout like that, where teams will say, yeah, that's an NFL ball, and all of them put that on display. So I'm really happy in that sense. And had a few teams come up to us and say, I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't think you guys would be this good. So that was really promising.
James, thank you for where we are today, all right? And I have to say, my goodness, you guys performed your ass off in front of us today, all right? Congratulations, you guys did just great.
When you truly think about the leading scorer of every team, it's the kicker.
Yeah.
If I had your guys' leg talent, holy shit, I would not be coaching. It's incredible what you guys are doing, man. Beautiful. All right. Great stuff. I'll see you at USF.
And yeah, I think we really put our hands up and showed what we're all about. For me personally, being the first English-born punter at the NFL Combine ever is quite a thing that only until now I've really acknowledged.
Proud to represent my family and my hometown and my country over in the big stage, so hopefully it will lead to something and make them even prouder.
It's changed everything for the sport in Ireland. It's changed everything for the UK, the IPP program, and at globals. Like, this is the first time international kickers and punters have competed, and we've shown we firmly belong.
As the NFL is continuing to expand in other countries, I think the Pathway program is important to bring players in from some of those countries that we're playing games in.
I mean, put it this way, they had every reason in the world to stand out in a bad way, to be exposed, to look different, to stick out like a sore thumb. And they held their own with the best kickers that high school and college football has produced.
To go from literally sitting on the sofa last year where you were just watching the combine and now you're here competing in it, it's just been the best experience of my life. And I feel like, if I keep going the way I'm going, hopefully there'll be teams interested.
It's only going one way from here.
Yeah, it's just been class, and the support from home has just been unreal.
So what's going to happen now is it's looking likely that we're just going to keep. He doesn't even know this, so this is brand new news. But it's looking like they're going to be kept here till the end of the month. So he's not going to fly home on Tuesday. So he's going to stay in the US so teams can meet him more, maybe fly him into their facility for a workout, get a bit more one-on-one time with them. So he's in. You should be very proud of him, which he looked like he are. Tears of joy. Tears of joy.
Guess who's back, man?
No rest for the wicked, boys. No rest for the wicked.
The lads gave us an immense welcome back.
The kickers aren't going home just yet.
Yeah, Charlie.
It's good to have a whole room full out, you know what I mean? And man, my boy Charlie did his thing. I love Charlie. That's a good guy. I love all of them, but Charlie got my heart a little bit deep.
Originally we were planning to head home back on Tuesday. And the bags were all packed. We had a late call from James to tell us that we're going to hang around for another 3 weeks and keep on training in Florida.
It makes a lot more sense for us to be here and be a phone call away and a shorter trip away from maybe potentially going out to a team's facility, or at least that they could come in and watch us train.
They will also be at Pro Day with us, which I think is a great addition.
We said to all of them as soon as that workout done, look, you guys competed and showed that you belong, and we need to have a second crack at this. Like, we didn't come this far just to come this far, so we'll get you back to Florida, we'll keep training, we'll keep prepping, and then on March 20th we'll have another go.
So what's really great is that all 15 of us will be showcasing our skills and all the hard work that we've put in together on the same day. So it'll be good to be around each other and support each other. Ready?
Mark. Mark. Good to meet you.
2 more weeks to show what we have. 2 more weeks to change our lives.
Let's get some weights, baby!
As it stands now, we're starting our taper, and a taper is basically where we just bring the volume of the training down. We keep the intensity really high, so the bodies feel really fresh as they go into the pro day.
Nice, very good.
If you can land where I land, you got a contract with the Seattle Seahawks.
Let's go, come on. Come on.
And just on the field, you can see the speed is different, the confidence they are playing with.
Accelerate.
This is really a make or break period for them because we've worked really, really hard for a month and a half now. And if right at this final hurdle they get complacent, then that's going to put the final day, that March 20th, in jeopardy. Now that the kickers have gone out in front of teams, all 5 of them are free agents, which means that teams are officially allowed to start talking to them. For the rest of the group's perspective as well, the firing pistol is gone. The class of 2024 is kind of open for business as far as the teams are concerned. So a lot of teams calling me. We have 4 offensive linemen, 2 linebackers, we have 2 tight ends, we have a receiver. So within this group we have 15 players, 12 of them are free agents, the remaining 3 are draft eligible. With the free agents, as soon as they're done with the workout at USF, teams can start talking to them or their representation about signing them, putting a contract in front of them. They can also come down here to IMG, they can work them out on the field, they can run them through drills, or they can fly them to their building, wherever that is in the country. For the draft eligible players, they have to wait and they can't really be accessed or signed until the NFL draft itself, which is in late April in Detroit. Teams can also visit with those players in the lead up to the draft, and they can use on them what we call a 30 visit.
Ooh, we floated.
So it may be that a player like Byron, who is draft eligible, a team might like what they see. If they come to IMG, they visit here, they see him do his thing, they might see him at the pro day at USF. If they're really interested in him, they might use a 30 visit on him to bring him into their facility.
Coming for 9, baby. You think I'm playing? Just watch me.
4-5.
4-2. Who's f***ing watch me? I'm coming for f***ing 9.
B is the alpha. He really does get the energy going. He changes the temperature of a room that he walks into, that's for sure. He's the biggest player we have in this year's group, but he moves incredibly well for his size. His basketball background really helps him with that. I think he's the perfect template of the kind of athletes that we're looking for around the world. You know, someone that has a lot to offer physically, who has great physical tools and traits, but just hasn't had access to this sport, a sport that can really highlight those physical traits. So,
You know I'm a germaphobe, right?
I know what I mean, bro.
I don't like touching.
Bro, you want to touch me. You have to learn to touch me. You have to learn to touch me and love me, damn.
That's why I always do this.
You have to learn to love me, baby. I'm born and raised one of the dangerous part back in the DR, where people not like to go. This is hard, it's hard to make it out where I'm from. Boy, you don't even know. So you see a lot of trucks around, violence, kills, people getting killed, stuff like that. So, it's hard, to be in that environment and keep the focus. But I'll be raised in a good house with my mom, my grandma, I got brothers. So I'm a big mom and grandma guy. So my thing is never do something that I don't want my mom and my grandma to know. So that keep me for a lot of troubles. So when I see that, I say I want something different. I want that. I'm not one, not that. So I was the guy that went to school, I was the guy that want to play sport, I was the guy that didn't want to follow all the steps.
As a lot of Dominican kids, he grew up playing baseball, was a really good baseball player, he was a pitcher, but then ended up being a really tall kid and kind of fell into basketball as well, and ended up having a real talent for basketball. So at 15, he moved over to the US, he moved to Tennessee and started playing basketball at the high school level. He was scholarship to come over there, he lived with a host family.
Played the college and the NCAA World, played D1 college.
But then once he got to college and he saw more people around him, he'd see guys on the football team, he'd have people come up to him and say, you're a huge dude, you should be playing this sport instead, why are you playing basketball? I think after a while it really sort of dawned on him, yeah, this could be for me. This could be what I'm made for.
But when I was playing basketball, I saw that sport called football, and I said, this is the fine line right here. This is what I was looking for. That's like all the marks that I'm looking for. So I went there, give it a try. And look now where we are.
I was aware of Byron whilst during his time at USF. I was aware that he was playing basketball there, and I was aware that he didn't look like a traditional basketball player, so we stayed in touch for a while. Once he'd left USF and he'd gone to play basketball in Venezuela, he came back from that season and we had an opportunity to meet him in person and work him out. And he projected exactly what it is we're looking for in an athlete on this program. Above average size, speed, length, but then also exceptional character, and someone that I could see us working with very effectively.
I'm really proud of where I come from. I'm really proud of what I'm going to. To be an amazing team, be one of the first born and raised Dominicans to play in the NFL. I just got a picture of me with my flag, and you know, it's, ooh boy. So one of my goals is how my mom able to see me playing football. She's one of my most important things in my life. So that was something that would make me cry. See my mom proud and see my people proud, that would be something that would shake the room for me. I'll make something happen. I'm checking other doors, so it's gonna be worth it. I know that for sure.
Oh yeah, sweet chicken over there. Y'all look at the
These guys are by default underdogs when you think of American sport. They're not from America. Game being played at the highest level, they've never even played the game before. The concept of what we're trying to do is absurd, it's crazy. I had a few comments at the Combine in Indianapolis. I had a few teams say to me, yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't think they'd be this good. You know, there's a few people that think this is a marketing ploy. This is just, you know, let's get a few international guys at the Combine. Let's send a few international guys down to IMG. Let's see what happens. It's a good story. You can't tell us it can't be done. There's living examples of that in the league right now. You can't tell us it can't be done. All of them came through this same program.
You know, everybody probably thinks that we're not cut out for this sport. There's people back in Ireland probably think we don't have a chance. The NFL scouts probably think we're not going to know loads about the sport. We're not going to be as good as what the colleges are showing,
but you can take that one of two ways. You can use it as fuel, or you can let it eat away at you and fall into that trap. We don't mind being the underdogs.
Have you read any of the comments from the YouTube videos?
No, I haven't read the comments. I haven't read the comments yet.
Yeah, it's just like comments like that. Just it's laughable, really.
I played in front of 60, 70, 80,000 supporters for 11 plus years. I'll have no problem doing it in a different country. I'll have no problem doing it, but no, anyone sitting at home telling me I can't do it, I have no interest in hearing them.
Boy, you don't know what we got over here. Man, I'm people out there. Let me tell you something. We got the most athlete human being I ever see. When they pure athletes, when you got pure athletes put on the football field and you teach them how to do the game, y'all will see it. I'm not going to make no more comments on that. Y'all will see it.
The firing pistol has gone off with these guys doing what they've done in Indy. A lot of teams pulling me to one side, asking what's next, who's back at IMG, what's the next date we have to be at, how do we sign him, when do we sign him, what's allowed, what isn't allowed. And exciting for us. The doors have opened and we're going to be ready to host these people. The Denver Broncos are going to be here on Friday. Okay? Friday, Saturday. Likely the Cowboys are going to be here on Monday, and I think we're going to have a fair few more on the way.
And you're not supporting, you got your ass to the close, don't worry, we're going to open for you. We're going to break to the door. We're coming. We f***ing dogs, so promise you all, we're coming. And we got some for y'all. Y'all will see, I'm telling you, these programs, this class of the 2024 IPP class, they're going to take the IPP to the next level. I'm telling you. Y'all will see. I'm keep my mouth shut, y'all will see.